I'm Juan Martinez, and this is hard work, more money.
Ask for money and get advice. Ask for advice, get money twice. I'm from the dirty, but that Chico nice. Y'all call it a moment, I call it life.
Good job. Okay, so how many listings do you have at this moment? This is for you guys to ask yourself. Ken, how many listings do you have?
Not enough.
You don't have enough. Okay. How many pendings do you have?
3. That's a good answer.
Okay, you got 3. Anybody got more than that? 4?
8.
Juan has 8.
What?
This guy works hard. He's hard. He's worked 6-7 days a week. Okay. So, listings, pendings. Also, the next question is, how many in your past clients and center of influence database? How many people do you have there in your database? It's a question for all of you. Say it again?
96.
96. Okay. So the 3 things to measure yourself on right now in your business, okay, is saying, how many listings do I have right now? If I were to measure you right now and I had to measure you quick, I would say, how many listings do you have? How many pendings do you have? And how big is what is the size of your database? Those are the 3 things I need to know to see how far you are in your career, okay? Tell me the answer to those 3 and I will tell you where you're at in your business, okay? Now, who's doing really, really well on all 3? Anybody? Dennis, you don't count? No. Okay, so nobody feels like really strong about the 3. Is it because standards are high here? Is it because I create big standards? So, I don't know. I'm just curious. John, do you feel good on your 3 right now? Listings taken right, or listings at the moment, pendings at the moment, and how big your database is?
Yeah, well, we always want the database to be bigger, but
Right.
I work on that weekly to grow that.
Okay, good.
And listings taken, it's kind of like on my average right now for me. It's hasn't increased, which I like it too.
Okay.
And then, but deals going into escrow has increased.
Okay, good. Just curious, you visited John Ames a few weeks back.
Right.
How many listings is he carrying right now?
Ooh. I think he's around 50.
50 listings.
Yes.
Okay,
I believe that's what he had said, around 50 listings.
that sounds about right. So he's doing 200-300 transactions. He's carrying 50 listings, which is just about 2 hours, hour and a half away from here. Okay, so here's what I would consider good, not great, but good, okay? My goal is to see everybody here doing 50 transactions a year. We'll talk about that here in a second. So everything I talk about is going to be about 50, doing 50 deals, right? So total listings that you should carry at the moment, 15, okay? Total amount of pendings that you should carry, this is to be in a good position, would be a total amount of pendings of 10 escrows that you would currently have. Your database size, Manny, how many pendings do you have right now?
3.
3. Okay, so I'm surprised. You should be much higher. What do you typically carry?
He was on vacation.
Oh, you were on
He
vacation.
just got back. Yeah.
When I went, so I just
Before you went on vacation, where were you running?
around 5, 6.
Okay, so total listings 15, total pendings 10, database size 300. A database of 300 will provide you consistently about 30 transactions per year. If you're able to maintain 10 pendings at all times, this will provide you about 50 to 60 closings per year. Okay, you got to maintain, those 10 escrows. And then if you maintain your inventory about 15 listings at all time, you're probably going to sell on average about 5 listings per month. And at 50 transactions, you're taking about 50 listings a year, right? So we're going to have more conversations about doing 50 closed transactions per year so that we can keep affirming that you can do this. You can do 50 transactions a year. Just last night, I'm looking at the largest company here in town, and with a lot of agents, 1,000 plus, and they're probably only a small handful that are doing 50 plus transactions. Only a few in the 40s, only a few in the 30s, numbers of 30s. I'll tell you, we got plenty of agents doing 30, 40 plus transactions a year. Our goal is to see the majority of our salespeople doing 50 plus transactions. So we need to keep affirming that you can do this, okay? Affirming that you can do 50 closed deals. 50 closed deals for everyone here will bring more freedom to your schedule and to your life. It will bring more stability, okay? More stability to what you're doing at home. And it's going to bring more money. Money. I like money. I know you guys think I'm only driven 100% by money. I'm only driven 110% by money. Just kidding. I know that you guys would be much happier if you're consistently closing 4 to 5 deals a month. Think about that. If I'm closing 4 to 5 deals a month, I'm doing $25,000, $30,000 monthly. Would you be happier?
Yes.
I think we would all be happy. Okay? Now, some of you might say, I'm happy with 20, 25, 30 closings per year, and that is fine. However, at 50 to 60 transactions a year, you are going to work less. You'll have the ability to delegate more, spend more time with family, and ultimately have a lot more fun here selling real estate. Okay? The happier you are, the more money you make, the longer you're going to be in the business, the longer you're going to be with us, and we're going to keep moving forward with our goals and our plans. Now, I believe that if we're going to do 50 plus deals a year, and we're going to grow our database of 300 past clients or more at 50 transactions, your goal ultimately, if the ultimate goal for everyone is to be at 50 closed transactions, everybody should work on getting their database to 500 past clients and center of influence, okay? But until then, and getting there, let's work on getting it to 300, okay? That's a well-rounded business. A well-rounded business is not just being a powerful and strong listing agent like a lot of you are, okay? It's being a powerful real estate agent, a powerful communicator, okay? A person that can communicate with anybody at any time, anywhere, okay? That is what you should be, not just a powerful listing agent. This means that you can communicate by text, by email, by phone. You can communicate extremely well face to face, looking at people. It doesn't matter. You are a master communicator. By 2005, I swear I left that building one day, one night. I said, I got this business figured out. All I do is communicate. I am a communicator. All I do is just communicate all day long. Now, I could do it face to face. I chose to be in the office standing all day long. That's what I did. But all I did was talk to people, and I listened, right? I asked questions. That's all I did, okay? And I know that if we put a lot of attention into listing properties in high volume, okay, and by doing this, we can control a tremendous amount of inventory. If we control the inventory, we control who? We control the market, we control the buyers, right? You guys with me?
Yes.
I know it's humid, it's going to rain here soon, and all the above. Come on, man. I want to do 50 deals for each and every one of you.
Yes.
Whoever doesn't want to be on that plan, come see me after the meeting. We got to have more fun here. You guys are either I'm too serious or you guys are too serious. You guys are becoming like me. You're too serious. The challenge that we're seeing is that we're allowing too many buyer prospects being converted by our competition, and it has us worried. Okay? They're not being converted by us. And we're letting too many prospects slip through the cracks. Okay? You guys are powerful listing agents. So how is this happening that we're allowing buyers to slip? Number one, and one of the biggest ones that we're letting them slip by is the for sale signs, right? In many cases, a prospect calls the sign. A couple things happen. Either one, you don't pick up the call because you're prospecting or busy doing something else, or you call them 6 hours later, or possibly the next day. You can say bye to that. Or they don't leave you a message. And of course, you're not going to call back because you think maybe it's another agent calling on your listing. I don't know. Or a deal that's going sour. So guess what happens to that prospect? They're gone. That's right. They become somebody else's client. We have to kind of understand this if we're gonna grow to 50 deals each. Okay. If you're not converting that lead on the spot, at the moment, the odds are you are going to lose them. Is this resonating with anybody? We used to have a banner, and we had it for 10 years, and it said what?
Convert leads now.
That's it. It was 3 words. Convert leads on the spot. If I was prospecting, and this went for sellers too, all seller leads that would come in while I was prospecting, they would say, Juan, seller on 101. These same phones, Juan, seller 101. Okay, they would keep them on hold, they would keep them warm, and I would end that call as quick as possible, okay? And I would take that call, I would convert them. So any potential seller that was going to list in the next 15, 30 days, it was a guarantee that I would convert them and take that listing. It was the same thing for the buyer process, which I had to convert a lot of buyers for years, and yes, I worked buyers for years, okay? Our salespeople, the same thing, our 2 or 3 buyer agents. Buyer lead 101. That lead could not, we couldn't take a message. That call had to be converted on the spot. We had a 24/7 hotline number that when they called, okay, it would be converted Saturday night, Sunday morning, Monday morning. It didn't matter. When that phone rang, that phone had to be answered. Okay? Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Okay? I see that you guys give price immediately to get them off the phone, to get back on the phones. Okay? Don't do that. You wouldn't do that with a seller. Seller doesn't call you to sell, and the first thing, or seller calls you to sell, and the first thing you're going to do is give them price. You don't do that. No. Seller calls you and says, hey, I'm thinking about selling. How much can I sell my home for? You don't immediately say, well, it's going to probably go for about $250. Well, forget that. I'm not going to list with you. Right? You're not going to do that. Well, you shouldn't do that with a buyer either. Okay? When buyers inquire through emails, you have to get these also quickly too. They're responding at the moment. You have their attention. Figure out ways to respond back. Auto emails, I don't know. Figure it out. You have to figure out how to convert these leads and convert them on the spot. Your goal is to get what on an email? An email inquiry, what do you want to do?
Phone number.
Phone number. Because the best form of communication is in phone or in person, right? You get their phone number. You know what? This property is a great property. I also have several other listings coming up. A matter of fact, I think I have a bank-owned coming up right in the same neighborhood at an incredible price in 2 or 3 days. Do you have a phone number that I could reach out to you so I could provide this information? That's converting leads. You guys have to become more powerful at that, okay? Your goal is to get them on the phone so you can build rapport, find out their wants and needs, and help them achieve the dream that they want, right? Which is home ownership. You are a communicator. You're learning to communicate at the highest level, okay? The strongest communicators earn the most money. John Ames, okay? 200-300 deals a year, has 50 listings. What do you think he does all day long? That's it, he's talking to people. Call it prospecting, call it conversations, call it communication, call it whatever you want. All he does is talk to people all day long. And the moment he has somebody hot, he's out there. He's out there immediately trying to present to them. He doesn't care about his competition. He's going to beat everybody because that's his mindset. Same guy that fell off a cliff, 40-foot cliff, okay, should be dead, is alive, back on appointments. Okay? When you are communicating with a suspect, a prospect, a lead, a past client, a center of influence, you have to slow it down. Take your time. Listen. Communicate. Get the appointment. Get the prospect, the seller, the buyer into contract. That's what you guys do. Do the same with your past clients and center of influence. It is okay. What do we talk about? Teach your past clients and center of influence to go out and find you seller leads, right? So they direct the conversation about buying. You kind of want to hang up. Possibly. For the strong listing agents, I know that you guys do, right? But we have to change a little bit how we're thinking. We got to give them their time. We have to listen. You want to talk about buying, this is where the market's at. This is what's doing. Here's what I recommend, okay? Your job with your database ultimately is that they come to you for all needs in the industry. That just doesn't mean listings. They need to do a quick claim. Okay, they need a refinance. They need to call you. You are the source for everything that they do in the industry. For the month of September, I'm going to focus on buyer conversion, okay, buyer presentation, converting buyers, anything and everything that has to do with buyers. We're going to spend the whole month on in sales, training, scripts, everything, so that we get that side down. Okay, we need to be better. We need to be more efficient, and ultimately, we can't let those deals get away. Remember, a well-rounded business is working every angle, not just doing heavy outbound. You have inbound that's coming in, and it's knocking on our door, and we're not opening the door. Kind of when you guys go door knocking, they don't want to open the door on you. Well, they're knocking on our door because they want to buy, and we're so used to making calls out that we don't realize that there's people that want to buy here. Trust me, we have a lot of calls that come in that don't get handled right. Okay, 50 plus deals means you're taking about 50 listings a year. It also means that you're converting anything and everything that is coming in inbound. It means that you're going to close about 20 plus buyers a year. Just because you take 50 listings doesn't mean all 50 are going to sell, okay? A well-rounded business is 65% listings taken to 35% buyer-controlled sales. I just want to make sure that you're not giving up that 35% to your competition. So let's make it a powerful week. Thank you.
Ask for money and get advice. Ask for advice, get money twice.